selecting 3 additional pilot sites. Citizen engagement will be expanded through a unified design project and a public naming contest for safe school routes. Busan City will host a month-long series of cultural programs in May, Family Month, at its Children Cultural Complex spaces. The program will run across 99 들락날락 locations citywide, offering a mix of books, culture, and play. At the City Hall venue, special programs on May 2nd will include a science magic concert and creative workshops. The Busan 119 Safety Experience Center will mark its 10th anniversary on May 5th with themed performances and Children's Day activities. Other venues, including Semo in Yeongdo-gu District and Ulsuk-do, will host cookie making, character photo sessions, storytelling, puzzle art, and craft programs. Details and registration are available on the official website. In international news, the Wall Street Journal reported that the administration of Donald Trump has proposed a new international coalition to restore commercial shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S.-led initiative would coordinate intelligence sharing, diplomatic efforts, and sanctions enforcement. Operations would be jointly overseen by the State Department and United States Central Command. The proposal comes as tensions escalate, with Iran targeting vessels and the U.S. Navy enforcing countermeasures. And now for today's weather. Cloudy conditions are expected with rain developing in some areas from late afternoon through tomorrow morning. Fine dust level remain in the good range. The temperature in Busan is currently 18 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For My Busan with Laura McLuckie. BFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. It's another voice, another day. But it's still the same old me for My Busan. Now, here's the thing. You eat alone, you watch movies alone, you go shopping alone, you go to a cafe alone, you even travel alone. It's a busy world. And for many people, doing things alone feels easier. No interruptions, no limits, just doing things your own way. But don't you think some movements and some movements could be more fun and a little more special if you just shared them with someone? So why not share them with us? Welcome to For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. All right, let's kick off the show. This is Kim Yeon-woo, To Be With You.
내 지친 하루 끝에서 멍하니 하늘 바라보다가 저 별을 닮은 눈물 한 방울 흐르지 마 여기서 멈출 수 없어 저기서 나를 부르고 있어 태양을 닮은 내일이 눈부신 날이니까 그날의 그 길을 걸을 땐 나의 곁에 그대와 내일을 노래 부르고 서로의 온기를 함께 나누면 나의 가슴에 사랑이
Oh, that was nice. To be with you. I can't sing yet. I'll sing when I don't sound so much like a 할아버지 voice. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. The time is now 4:10 o'clock. 4:10 p.m. I mean, that's right. It just sounds funny, right? Thursday, the 30th of April. Guess what? Tomorrow, it's gonna be May. You don't think that's so funny? I think it's so funny. No. I think, do you know what the problem is? I'm in the studio with a different generation. So I'm the oldest in the studio. So maybe that's why nobody else thinks it's funny. I think it's funny. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie, with you till 6 p.m. here at BEFM. 부산영어방송입니다. 반갑습니다. It's been a bit of a grey day here in Busan, hasn't it? The sun came out briefly around lunchtime and then left us again. Well. Isn't that just the way, right? I was talking at the top of the show about doing things alone. 혼밥 좋아하세요? Do you like eating alone? You do? 박 PD? Really? Why? Eat what you want, watch what you want, just chill, not talk to anyone. Yeah, that's good. I like eating alone. I like doing a lot of things alone, actually. I think as a mother, being with my children is wonderful and a huge gift, but exhausting. So sometimes I don't want to be climbed on. I don't want my head to be sat on. I just want just to be alone. I want to be alone. Yeah. But do you enjoy watching movies alone? Yeah, good. Eating alone, movies alone. I do. I like that. And these days, it's not unusual to see a person alone at a restaurant, a person alone at the movies. Sometimes doing things alone is actually much more comfortable than doing them with other people. You don't need to make plans. You don't have to worry about someone else, their food preferences, etc., etc. And you don't have to watch a movie that you don't really like. So, yeah, even still. It's nice to spend time with people. It's nice to have shared moments together with other people. And so when we watch a movie together, we can talk about it afterwards. Or when we share a meal, the food can taste better, or we can share good conversation as we're eating. And, more and more people feel differently these days. Have you heard the term no contact? No contact is actually, it's not a new term, it's a very common term, but these days it's becoming more prevalent, especially across social media. It's becoming a bit more of a trend because there's been a survey that came out, and a recent survey said or showed that about 4 out of 10 Americans had cut off contact with friends or family in the past year. Among Gen Z, that number was as high as 60%, and the biggest reason was feeling disrespected. Cutting off contact after feeling disrespected. Listen, I'm okay with it. I've cut people off. 잘났다. 탈락. But I tell you what, it's not that you cut people off, but you give boundaries. And your boundaries are not to teach other people a lesson. It's to give yourself a line of what you're willing to put up with. And so, yeah, it's not that I've just cut people off for no reason, but there's boundaries that get crossed, and if they get crossed too many times without appropriate communication, then, what else are you going to do? And among the people who've cut ties, interestingly, 60% roughly never reconnected. So when friendships become difficult, nearly 3 out of 4 people choose distance over conversation. I'm not one of those people. At the initial phase, I will choose conversation, but many people don't. Almost half of the respondents to this survey actually said they feel lonely in their daily lives. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I blame social media because it seems that when people face challenges in relationships, many prefer to step away rather than talk things through. I feel like before we had screens, when we were in relationships face to face every day, there was more conversation. There was less hiding away from things. And I don't know, if this continues, then there might be a time when actually having no one around us doesn't feel strange at all. Because guess what? We've got our phones. So I've got all the friends I need in here. Do you love me? Please love me. I hate it. I hate social media so much. I hate it so much. But I like it. I also like it a little bit. But anyway, I just want you to know social media is not the end of the world because you have lots of people around you. So please practice talking to the people who are in your lives, the real people who can be there to support you, which could be people online too, of course. But don't just cut off a relationship because you feel like you can't speak to someone. Let's talk about it. Let's talk, my friends. And today, let's talk about 혼자 하기. Let's talk about doing things alone. So, there's different levels when it comes to eating alone. 여러분, 오늘은 혼밥 레벨에 대해서 얘기를 할까요? 혼밥, okay? So, the level 1 to 5, 편의점, 분식, or fast food, you can eat alone. Or level 6 to 7, 국수집, or 패밀리 레스토랑, 6 to 7. You could eat alone at a noodle house or a family restaurant. Or 8 to 9, 고기집, 횟집. Or 10 plus. You could eat alone at a 술집. 근데 술집은 그냥 앉아있잖아요. 나는 괜찮아요. 우리 문화는 스코틀랜드 같은 경우에는 I can easily go to a bar and just sit down, have a drink, read a book, like do some work, no problem. Yeah, I wouldn't go to a 고기집 myself because I can't, it's just grilling me so 귀찮다. But maybe if it was a 고기집 where they grill it for you, no problem. Happy Tuesday, Laura. Let's go and eat some beef. Yeah. How far could you go on the solo scale? Let us know how far you would go when it comes to dining alone. Are you 1 to 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 9, or 10 plus points? And don't forget to send us a song. Now, I want to know a song that you enjoy listening to when you are alone. 여러분, 혼밥 레벨과 함께 혼자 있을 때 듣기 좋은 노래를 신청해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, and we'll play your songs at the second half of the show. Read your messages. And we'll make our Busan playlist together as well. All right, we've got prizes, 선물도 있고, we've got lots of information, lots of cool stuff. And don't forget, on May 5th, it is Children's Day, 5월 5일 어린이날이잖아요. And so to celebrate, we're holding a family photo contest for my childhood. By the way, I already sent my childhood photo. Oh, it's a good one. You're going to love it. So please send us a photo from your childhood or a family photo along with a song request to the email 4, mybusan@gmail.com, and we'll select 5 winners and give out prizes. 여러분, 어린이날에 생방송 합니다. 여러분, 그래서 여러분의 어린 시절 사진이나 가족 사진을 우리한테 보내주시기 바랍니다. 뿐만 아니라 송 리퀘스트 신청곡도 받고 있습니다. 4 My Busan @gmail.com으로 보내주시면 됩니다. 네, 선물도 있고. Okay, we've got more information on befm.or.kr. Up next, it's time for some newsfeed.
System check complete. Destination set. Busan.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now making our approach to Busan. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We've just landed. Welcome to For My Busan. Welcome back, everybody. Time for news feeds. And every Thursday, 김규비 주무관님 from Busan City's media division here to guide us through what's happening in and around the city. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 로라.
어서 오세요.
반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. 네, I love that you're wearing blue. It's very springy.
And very matching to the thumbnail.
Mechi because Busan is blue. I love it. I'm very autumn.
Yeah.
I'm in my 할아버지 era. How do you like my voice?
I think it's
Husky. You like
husky
it?
and like it. Yeah, of
Feel
course.
a little sexy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You should have heard it yesterday. It was not this way. Not as good as it is now. But anyway, it's lovely to have you. You're joining us every Thursday now.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
We did a switcheroo.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so much.
It's nice to have you. What do we have today?
So today we are looking at two stories that show different ways people can connect with Busan through creative design and through real-life experiences.
Very cool indeed. Sounds like a good mix. So let's get into the first story. The first story is Busan City Brand Goods Design Contest.
Yes.
So basically, Busan is launching a design contest related to city branding.
Yes. Busan is hosting the 2026 Busan City Brand Goods Design Contest running from April 27th to June 17th. The goal is to develop creative products that reflect Busan's identity and story.
Busan's identity. What do you think Busan's identity is?
Busan's identity is dynamic,
Dynamic.
diverse,
Yeah.
and inclusive.
Yeah. And beach.
Oh, of course.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Beach. When we hear like city brand goods, it can sound a bit generic, right? Maybe like just simple merchandise stuff. But this is going much further.
Yes. And this contest encourages designs that capture Busan's values and character in a more meaningful way. It also connects to Busan's direction as a world design capital, focusing on inclusive and engaged design.
Which makes sense. So the emphasis is not just on creativity, but it's on how people actually use the products in their daily lives. And I
Yes.
love that word, the values and character of Busan.
And there are two categories. Welcome kit goods, which are small curated sets introducing Busan, and lifestyle goods, which are everyday items inspired by Busan's symbols and brand elements.
So it could be anything from 고등어, I don't know, toothbrush.
Of course.
Could be a thoughtfully designed set to a single product that just fits naturally into someone's routine.
And the contest is open to both businesses and individuals in Korea, with up to 2 submissions per participant. There's a total prize pool of 23 million won, and selected designs may be featured in Busan's official brand shop and used in promotional contests.
It's a really great opportunity. Look how small your face is
Thank you so much.
on the screen.
You
It's
know,
so small.
죄송해요. 제가 스킨 알러지가 돋아가지고.
So it's a really cool thing. It's not just to win a prize, but it's to see your idea. It's becoming part of how Busan is presenting your products and how it's experienced and all of those things.
It's a great chance for people to directly contribute to the city's brand identity.
Yeah. Do you know, what would you make if you were going to make a product for Busan to represent Busan?
I would like to make something that I use every day.
Yeah.
Like you said,
toothbrush.
Yes.
Yeah. But what would you make it? Every time you brush your teeth? I know, a timer, like what kids have. And then you would have like, every time you press the button, a song goes off.
Oh,
and the song is
nice.
like a Busan-themed song.
Oh.
And then by the time the song finishes, that's the time you should have brushed your teeth for, like 3 minutes or something.
Then what kind of songs do you want to put in?
Busan 갈매기.
It's really
Yeah.
it's strange that I thought Busan 갈매기 would be my song and yours too.
Because we are telepathy.
And in the same generation.
So good. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Busan City's official YouTube's new talk series. So I'm personally quite familiar with this one. Busan City is launching a new talk show. 해봐서 아는데.
Yes, and it'll premiere at 5:30 p.m. on May 8th on Busan Tube, the official Busan YouTube channel. And viewers might see some familiar faces, including Laura,
따봉.
Tabong, Bingo.
It was very fun, let me tell you. When we filmed this, it was so fun. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like. But the title already suggests something experience-based. So what's the concept behind the show?
So the program features Busan residents sharing their personal experiences. Topics like starting a business, housing, and everyday life in the city. The idea is that people who have already gone through these experiences can offer practical insights and encouragement.
Yes, and I think you're leaving a very big part. The actor, Busan's media communication ambassador, Han Sang-jin-nim,
Yeah?
he's leading the show, right?
Yes, and having lived in Busan for over 5 years, he brings a strong personal connection to the conversations. And I'll also be joining as a co-host.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
보조 MC, helping to provide accurate and balanced information alongside the conversations.
So basically, you're there to fact check and to keep him under control. That filming.
Under control.
Yeah. But I have to say, I was very proud about how much we knew about Busan.
Oh,
Very proud.
thank you.
Yeah. So it's very cool, actually. It combines lived experience with reliable information, and it's really fun as well. It's entertaining. Yeah.
That's a good point. And the episodes cover topics like real estate in Busan and foreign residents living in the city, and local businesses' success stories, practical topics that many people can relate to.
Yeah. And you can also, as a viewer, you can also suggest stories or suggest guests to the show,
Yes.
right?
If there's a story you would like to hear, you can leave your suggestions in the comments and we'll try to reflect those in future episodes.
It's so fun. Oh, that's so fun that you get to do that every week. I want to go back. Me too. Anyway, but that's all for today's stories. They really highlight two different but very complementary ways of engaging with Busan. Creative expression, and of course our creative culture here in Busan is very rich. But also we've got through shared experiences and technology as well.
Yes, and both offer meaningful ways to connect with the city. And of course, you can find more details on Busan City's official channels at Busan City and at Busan City Globe on Instagram.
Yeah.
So follow us.
And go on NoTube, Busan Tube.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, QB, for today's update. And thank you to everybody for listening. Please do go and follow Busan City across all the platforms because that is where you will get lots and lots of constant updated information. And of course, we'll bring all the updates to you here for My Busan as well. QB, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to get a rest over Golden Week?
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
Good. Okay, let me suri masuri you
thank
out
you.
of the studio. Ready? Suri masuri. Chung. Goodbye. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye. All right. Up next, it's time for On the Mic.
네, 안녕하세요. 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 위로를 전하는 감성 보컬을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
환영합니다. 와, 우리 BFM에 이렇게 귀한 분을 모시다니.
네, 불러주셔서 너무 감사드려요. 노래로 힐링을 전하고 있고 여러분들에게 위로를 전하고 싶은 감성 보컬 가수 고정민이라고 합니다.
와. 어떻게
네.
감성 보컬로 사람들에게
네.
위로를 전하게 됐는지 들어보고 싶습니다.
저는 어렸을 때부터 노래를 좋아하긴 했었어요. 그래서 초등학교 때부터 중학생 때 또 고등학생 때 또 교내에서 여러 행사 할 때 노래를 하고 그리고 뭐 축가도 예전부터 어렸을 때부터 돈은 못 벌었지만
네.
축가도 하면서 노래는 항상 저와 함께 있었던 것 같아요. 근데 어느 순간 제 노래를 듣고 정말 위로가 된다라는 말을 듣고 나는 노래를 해야 되는 사람인가 보다 이렇게 생각했죠.
그러면 혹시 그때 기억이 나세요? 누군가가 너의
네.
노래를 들으니까 너무
네.
위로가 되는 것 같아.
기억이 나요. 제가 노래를 다 하고 그리고 이제 무대에서 내려왔는데 어떤 그 애기 엄마였는데요. 나이가 좀 어려 보였어요. 근데 그분이 막 오시더니 이렇게 울면서 저한테 이러시는 거예요. 아이를 낳고 우울증에 걸려서 애가 울어도 잘 봐주지도 못하고 그랬었는데 힘이 하나도 없었대요. 애를 돌봐줄 힘도 없었고 고정민 가수님의 노래를 듣고 해가지고 다시 힘을 내야겠다는 생각이 들었다는 거예요. 그러면서 너무 감사하다고 계속 인사를 하시는데 그 얘기를 듣고 제가 너무 울컥하고 와 내가 누군가에게 이런 위로를 전해줄 수 있는 사람이구나. 근데 제가 더 행복하고 더 너무 감동이었던 때가 있었어요.
그 진심이 닿았나
네.
보다.
네네.
그렇죠.
네네 그랬던 것 같아요.
그래서 그분의 마음을 울렸나 보다.
네, 그랬던 것 같아요. 그리고 그 자리에서 어떤 분은 제가 어렸을 때부터 좀 못 먹고 컸다고 얘기를 하니까 봉투에다가 이렇게 돈을 담아서 저한테
우와.
주면서 맛있는 거 사 먹으라고 봉투도 주시고 그랬던 것 같아요.
와 그렇구나. 그럴 때
네.
진짜 마음이 너무 따뜻해.
그때 정말 저는 제 스스로는 아무것도 아니라고 생각을 하는데 정말 아무것도 아닌 저의 노래를 듣고 이렇게 여러분들이 감동을 하시고 또 이렇게 피드백을 저한테 이렇게 주시니까 제가 너무나 이 삶을 살길 잘했다. 그런 보람도 느끼고 너무 좋은 것 같아요.
이렇게 되면 이제 평생 노래 하셔야 됩니다.
안 그래도 이게 호흡이 끊어질 때까지 노래하다가 죽으려고요.
저 무조건 응원.
언제 한번 제가 무대에서 노래하다가 죽을 거예요. 그랬더니 상상을 해봐. 너가 무대에서 노래를 하다 죽으면 사람들이 얼마나 놀라겠어. 이러는 거.
그건 그렇겠는데요. 어머.
그러면 안 되겠구나.
네.
그래서 노래를 다 끝내놓고 차 안에서 이동하다가
편안한 상태,
그렇게 아니면
가장 행복할
잘
때. 네, 가장 행복하게.
그렇죠, 네.
혹시 이 아름다운 목소리로 가수님의 노래 한 구절이나 저 부탁을 좀 드려도 될까요? 네, 들으시는 분들이 좀 많이 위로가 될 것 같아요.
선물이라는 곡이 있는데요.
네.
제가 이제 얼마 전에 2집을 냈어요. 근데 이 선물이라는 곡에는
네.
한번 불러보도록 하겠습니다. 이거는 제가 힘들 때 작곡을 한 건데
네.
옆에 있는 이 내 사랑하는 가족들, 또 친구들, 지체들이 너무 예쁜 꽃처럼 보이는 거예요. 그래서 이들을 너무 축복해주고 싶다 이런 마음에 만들게 된 곡이에요.
와, 그러면 이제 이걸 듣는 지금 청취자분들도 다 선물을
네,
받는 거네요.
제가 여러분들에게 예쁜 꽃 같은 여러분들에게 제가 선물이라는 노래를 선물로 불러드리겠습니다.
와.
나에게 찾아온 선물인 거야. 세상 많은 꽃들 중에 가장 빛나는 꽃. 비바람 불어도 걱정하지 마. 감사함으로 이겨내면 무지개 뜰 거야. 네,
우리 진짜 이렇게
네.
선물처럼 사랑받으려고 태어난
사실은
건데
많이 들어주세요.
네, 많이 들어주시고 선물 받아가세요. 네. 오늘 함께 해주신 저희 방송을 듣고 있는 분들에게
네.
전하고 싶은 메시지가 있다면 전해주세요.
조금은 지치고 힘든 일들을 많이 겪고 계시는 분들이 있을 것 같아요. 여러분들은 혼자가 아니에요. 항상 기억해 주셨으면 좋겠고 그 과정에서 제 노래가 작은 힘이 됐으면 좋겠고 여러분들에게 위로를 전할 수 있는 그런 가수가 될 테니까요. 많은 응원과 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 여러분
항상 힘내세요. 파이팅!
힘내세요.
Thank you very much to Olivia, and especially for a while, our singer guest interviewee Go Jung-min Nim was singing a song. Olivia's reactions in between. Olivia's 성격이 진짜 너무 스윗하네요. So thank you so much to Jung-min Nim, who is a singer, a vocalist. She engages in activities that deliver messages of comfort and healing through music, and released the self-composed song Gift. She has loved singing since childhood, began to realize the true impact of music after hearing that her songs had brought comfort to others, and then that inspired a mission to deliver healing through music. And though she sees herself as just any other ordinary person. The heartfelt responses from the audience bring deep fulfillment and affirm her path as a vocalist. Her self-composed song Gift was created during a difficult time in her life, and it expresses gratitude and love towards family and friends with the hope of sharing comfort and blessings with the listeners. And she says she aspires to continue singing for as long as she can and reminding listeners that they are never alone. 고맙습니다. 너무 좋았었어요. By the way, Olivia is like that in person as well. She's very sweet and she will react to everything that way. And it was a lovely song. So what a lovely segment. If you want to be on the mic, please get in touch. We'd love to have you. Also, don't forget that we are asking for you to tell us about your solo eating tolerance. So basically, how comfortable are you eating alone? Are you like convenience store comfortable, or are you like noodle restaurant comfortable, or are you meat restaurant comfortable, or are you rock up into a bar and just do my thing alone restaurant comfortable? What are you in terms of 혼밥? Okay, eating alone. 네, 여러분이 가능한 혼밥 레벨이 어딘가요? 뭐 편의점, 국수집, 아니면 고깃집, 아니면 술집. 술집은 king, 왕 레벨. 근데 편의점은 뭐 초보 레벨. 오케이? 중간중간에 어떤 레벨이신지 알려주시기 바랍니다. 뿐만 아니라 혼자서 듣기 좋은 노래도 신청해 주시기 바랍니다. Also tell us a song you love to listen to when you're alone. We'll play everything in the second half during My Busan playlist, where we will make our playlist together. 후추님 saying, DJ 로라 오늘 컨디션 좀 괜찮으신가요? Laura, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Laura? You've been hit by a smooth radio. I'm okay. But you can hear my voice is very sexy today. So it's a little husky, but I like it. All right. But yes, thank you very much for asking. I'm much better. 고맙습니다. 여러분, thank you for tuning in. It's nice to have you here. This is For My Busan on 90.5, 103.3 FM. We've got lots coming up for you in the show. But up next, this is To the Beautiful You by Wonder Girls.
사람들 눈엔 작아 보인대 왜일까 너의 마음은 내게 내 마음 같지 않은 걸까
내 맘, 네 맘 같은 것을 보니까 알아 난 너의 하나뿐이지가 보니까 나만 봐 look through my heart 네말 하나하나에 하루가 결정된 내 날개는 앞에서만 반응해 다른 끝에 맡겨둬내니까 가능해 Spreading my wings won't you fly with me 나에게 사랑을 주지 않을래
아름다운 그대에게 영원히 남고 싶어 널 지켜주고 싶어 아름다운 그대에게 내가 너의 하늘이 되어줄 수 있다고 아름다운 그대 내 맘과 같나요
Oh I'm loving you
아름다운 우리
내 맘속에 번져가네 Yeah we're so beautiful
아름다운 그대에게 영원히 남고 싶어 널 지켜주고 싶어 아름다운 그대에게
this song.
진짜요?
Yeah.
You like this song?
I like this song because it means that you're in the studio. Kelly's in the house.
감사합니다. 네. Hi everybody. 네, this is me. This is me, Kelly.
This is me.
This is Kelly.
Greatest showman.
Back in the studio.
This is me.
Okay. Let me put myself together.
No,
네.
come on, let's be unhinged. Let's be as unhinged as possible. How are you, Kelly?
I'm good as always.
Good,
네.
good.
How are you?
Good. Getting over a bit of a cold, I guess,
네.
chest infection actually.
Right,
But much better than I was yesterday. I like this voice.
Oh.
I feel a little bit. Midnight.
네.
The love hour.
네. I love your voice too.
Yeah.
네. But
It's
I
good.
love your usual voice too.
Oh, really? We're full of compliments for each other today. That's
Right.
very nice. That's very nice. Tell us about this segment, Kelly.
Right. So this segment is called Busan Life Solutions, right? So the number of non-Koreans living in Busan has increased a lot over the past 10 to 5 years, right? Well, their situations vary. Like some are international students, others are foreign workers, etc., etc. But one thing that they have in common is that they sometimes experience issues, right? About their visas, about their school life, work life, marriage. You know, you just name it, right? So what I do here in this segment is that I receive questions and answers from two different organizations. One is the Busan Global Center. The other is the Busan Foreign Resident Support Center. Because in these organizations, actually non-Koreans and Koreans actually can visit for free consultations, right? So I'm a little bit surprised that, you know, I have been doing this segment for the last 2-3 years actually.
Yeah.
But every week we have new questions.
Yeah, new questions.
And we have answers.
Well, even
right?
if it's about a visa, it's always a different question about a visa.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah. These people are working hard to answer all the questions, and
Right.
Kelly's working hard to bring them all here. Okay, well, let's get into it. I will read the question and you give us the solution.
All right.
Question number 1. This is one that we've never had before. Someone has been urinating in public near my house a few times before. What should I do in this situation? I am really worried if it could happen again.
That's ew, right? That's really unpleasant and really terrible, you know. And I would be really worried too if this kept happening near my place, right?
Yeah.
네.
Ew.
So public urination is actually considered a minor offense under the law here in Korea. So if someone gets caught doing it in places like streets or parks or something like that, well, they can face a fine of up to 100,000 won, short-term detention, or a small penalty fee. 네. But here's but. The problem is the person usually has to be caught in the moment of doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can't film someone doing it because that would
right.
be considered
kind of like a different law.
a different kind of law
right?
violation. Yeah.
Right. So if it already happened and you don't know who did it, honestly, it is really difficult for the police to track them down, you know. So according to the Busan Global Center, well, they say if it happens again, the best thing to do is to call 112 just right away.
Yeah.
That way, then police can come to the site, see what's going on, and take action on the spot if possible, right? The Busan Global Center also recommends reporting it immediately.
Yeah.
Just like that, right? And in my humble opinion, right, if I were this person, I might try putting up a sign saying something like a CCTV in operation, right? And
why not just put up a sign, don't pee here?
네, don't be here.
No peeing.
네.
And a little sign with a man
맞아요.
peeing, and I assume it's a man. A man peeing in an S. No, like you have on the back of the toilets
너무
when you go into the
너무
when you go into the airport.
I
And then it
really
says-
hate it.
the signs that have "Don't stand on the toilet," because who stands on the toilet bowl? I don't know, but people must. So just put a sign up.
네.
Remember we put the sign up in the break room here, and it said CCTV in operation. We're watching you, and I put an angry face. And Technique changed it to a happy face. Just put some fake signs up. Hopefully that'll deter.
I don't like your hand gesture, like ping, no ping here. Like,
X.
I don't like
Don't
that. That's
Do
a
you know
big
what?
no.
Do you know what's so funny is that Kelly is so proper and so modest. And so it's really easy for me to make her feel very uncomfortable. And sometimes I do it on purpose.
All right.
But here's a question. What if it's like a little kid? Like, I mean, with a mum and dad. Because I see little ones who need the toilet and they've got to go. When the little ones are toilet training, they've got to go, they've got to go. I've seen little ones peeing up against trees before in my
Really?
neighborhood. Yeah. With parents. Yeah. And for me, that's quite a common thing to see in Scotland as well. Little kids who need to go and pee in a bush because they can't hold it. Right? So that's common. So that wouldn't be the same kind of thing as an adult peeing outside, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's our advice. And you can probably listen to the Busan Global Centre's advice more than mine. Okay, here's the next question. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We can move on.
Can you provide information about the Busan 친구 체육회 or the Busan 친구 Sports Association?
Well, of course, but actually I didn't know anything about it. Busan 친구 체육회, but this time, I did a little bit of research, right? And it turned out that it was a program for multicultural families living in the Busan 친구 area.
Oh.
So here's the information for the Busan 친구 Sports Association program, aka Busan 친구 체육회. Right? So this program will run from May 4th to August 24th of this year. It takes place every Monday and Friday from 10:30 in the morning to 11:30 in a.m., right? And just keep in mind that the end date could change depending on any unknown internal circumstances that may arise, right?
Okay.
So the venue is the main conference room on the 5th floor of the Busan 친구 Multicultural Family Support Center. And as I briefly mentioned, already, it's open to all multicultural families living in Busan 친구 area. That even includes like a mother-in-law, like 장모님, relatives. And so, I mean, like any extended family members of multicultural families are also welcome.
Nice.
Right? The program itself is a yoga class, so it is a great chance to relax and stay active, right? So if you like to sign up or need more information, you can apply online through FamilyNet or use the QR code provided. And if you prefer to call, you can reach out to the 담당자, whose name is 심서연. And, let me share the number with you. 051, which is a Busan's land number, right? 051-817-4313. 네.
Yeah. I want to eat 육회 now.
네?
체육회.
육회.
I want to eat 육회. 아, 배고파요.
아니에요. 네.
That sounds so cool. I've never heard of that before. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. That's the thing. If you don't know where to look for the information, you never know about the information. All right, up next, we have another one. This person says, we are a multicultural family living in Busan. We currently live in a house owned by my wife's father. If we inherit it in the future, will inheritance tax be applied?
Well, like taxes are really complicated, right? And so inheritance tax is called 상속세 in Korea, right? And when it comes to 상속세 or inheritance tax, it is calculated based on the total value of the asset they inherit after their parents pass away.
Okay.
Right? So just living in their father's house does not mean that they are exempt from paying inheritance tax. And in some cases, if they are not considered a separate household, their living there rent-free could even be seen as a gift, right? So the bottom line is whether they've been living in the house or not, inheritance tax or 상속세 can still apply when they inherit it. But at this moment, it is really difficult to tell how much they will be paying because, later, the overall value of the asset could differ, right? And there could be some deductions that they are qualifying for, right? So when the time comes and the inheritance is decided, well, it will be good to check the exact tax situation, with the 세무사 and...
I don't know how I feel about inheritance tax. No, I know how I feel about it. I'm just not going to be very explicit about it. But I think it's a tricky one.
네, 맞습니다.
I think that's
Right.
anyway.
What do
Anyway.
you mean? 네.
Yeah. So let's move along, but good information. So thank you very much. All right. This person says, I forgot to extend my stay period and it has already expired. What should I do?
Sometimes it happens, right?
Whoops.
No.
Whoops.
But sometimes you're forgetful.
You forget. I mean, I would forget.
Right. 네. So if this person entered Korea with a multiple entry visa and the expiration date on their certificate of visa issuance has not yet passed, this person may be able to register as a foreign resident again. However, if this person's visa validity period has already expired, then this person should consult with their local immigration office to check whether this person can extend their stay by paying a penalty or whether this person must leave Korea and re-enter with a different visa.
Yeah.
네.
Yeah, tricky. So just try to remember, don't overstay your visa
Right.
date. Okay, last one, really quickly. This person says, I'll be visiting Busan from the 23rd to the 25th of May. My friends recommended that I watch a baseball game during my stay. Can you tell me where there are games or when there are games and how to buy a ticket?
Well, welcome to Busan, right? So that's right. Baseball is really, really popular in Busan, at this time of the year. So fortunately, there are games scheduled at Hasik Baseball Stadium on both May 23rd and 24th. The Lotte Giants will be playing against the Samsung Lions. Yay! Cheer for Lotte. So the game on Saturday starts at 5 p.m. and the Sunday game begins at 2 p.m. But, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that it is very, very difficult to buy tickets online as a tourist. So unless someone can help this person, book their tickets online, I recommend buying them on site.
Yeah. It's really tricky because, like you said, it's hard for people who are outside of the country to buy.
Right.
Also, it's even hard for people to buy on site. These days, a lot of the
like baseball fans
that are
right.
kind of what is it digitally excluded. So fans that are older that maybe don't have the know-how of the apps and etc. It's hard for them to buy. So I would recommend that if anyone in country can help you get the baseball tickets, that would be the best option. And then hopefully you can try and download and get them online. Yeah.
좋아요.
I think there's an English option there. I think so. Anyway, I've not been to a baseball game in a long time.
Me either.
Maybe I'll go this year.
Maybe for me too.
Good.
네.
Yeah.
좋아요.
Kelly, thank you so much for bringing us all the updates. And always very helpful, not just for the people who ask the questions, but for all of our listeners as well. So we will see you
네.
after the Golden Week.
네, alrighty.
Enjoy
Have
your
a good
holiday.
weekend. Bye-bye.
All right, time for us to say goodbye for the first half of the show. This is Clocks by Coldplay, and I'll be back with you at 5 o'clock. Don't go anywhere.
부산영어방송.
자갈치 시장의 활기찬 목소리, 영도 앞바다를 수놓은 은빛 윤슬, 우리가 지켜온 부산의 소중한 모습들입니다. 이제 부산은 그 이상의 내일을 준비합니다. 첨단을 달리는 에코 델타 시티의 일상부터 가덕도 신공항의 하늘길, 그리고 유라시아와 북극을 잇는 북극 항로까지 세계를 향한 거침없는 도약, 그 엔진은 바로 부산 사람입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
당신의 자부심이 부산의 미래를 만듭니다. 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Welcome to Busan. Let me show you around. Here you can find the world's largest musical in-ground fountain and the world's only UN memorial cemetery. Stroll along the coast and explore the largest mountain fortress in Korea. As well as all this, there are so many tourist attractions, beautiful exhibitions, vibrant culture, convenient facilities, and delicious foods unique to Busan. With all the beauty and charm of the amazing city of Busan, you'll find yourself right at home in this ever-changing tourism paradise. So stay with us a while. Busan, your #1 tourist destination. Your home, away from home. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어방송.
Hi, I'm Roberto Fernandez from Mallorca, Spain. I have been living here in Busan for more than 5 years with my Korean wife and twin boys. Back in 2020, I was invited to a game by a friend of mine. Since in Spain, football is the most beloved sport, baseball really drew my attention. In Sajic Baseball Stadium, everyone was singing the chants loudly, and that space was filled with the vibes of Busan. Everyone could truly become one body and one mind, sharing all the feelings of joy and sorrow. When I first visited here in Busan, I didn't have a family. But now, I have the whole Giants family as well as my own family. Once Busan Galmegi, you are forever Busan Galmegi. Global City Busan, we're in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어방송.
셰프 에드워드 레이입니다. 빨리빨리 한국 사람들은 이 말을 입에 달고 살더군요. 하지만 걸음을 멈추는 모습에 놀랐습니다.
제가 들어드릴게요.
여기 앉으세요.
가장 빠른 나라 대한민국에는 가장 따뜻한 멈춤이 있습니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
엄마가 얘기하는 거 따라해봐. 부산이 좋아요.
부산이 좋아요.
For my 부산.
For my 부산. 부산으로 오세요. For my 부산.
부산? For my 부산.
부산 하면 For my Busan.
하나, 둘, 셋.
부산 is good. For my 부산.
You are listening to For My Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. It's the second half of the show. It's 5 o'clock on the dot, Thursday, the 30th of April. Welcome. Okay, I can't even say one last time. Ready? It's the 30th of April, which means the final day of April, which means it's gonna be May. Anyone? There we go. I knew it. I'm so glad. Anyway, we've got lots coming up for you in the second hour of the show as always. But before we get into anything else, just quickly, I want to remind you about what our text topic is, because today we're asking you to share your stories about eating alone. Yes, tell us your 혼밥 level. What level are you of eating aloneness? So can you eat alone at the convenience store, or maybe you can go to the barbecue restaurant and just order 3인분 for yourself and eat alone? What level are you on? And tell us a story. Not only that, we also want to hear your favorite song to listen to when you're alone, because we're making My Busan playlist in the second half of the second half. So we'll play your song requests, we'll read all your messages, and out of the songs that we choose, one person will be chosen as the winner and will receive a prize. 네, 여러분, 오늘 혼밥에 대해서 얘기를 하고 있는데요. 그래서 메시지를 에피소드나 뭐 여러분 혼밥 레벨 알려주시기 바랍니다. 뿐만 아니라 우리 혼자서 듣기 좋은 노래도 신청해 주시기 바랍니다. 이유도 같이 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 우리 My Busan 플레이리스트에서 이 신청곡도 들려드리고, 그리고 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 자, 넘어갈게요. Also, don't forget that on 어린이날, which is May 5th, we will have a special episode. So we're asking you to send us your childhood photographs or a family photograph, and also a song that is from your childhood, and we will play them on the show. We'll make a very special episode, so you can send your photographs and your song requests to our email the number 4 mybusan@gmail.com. We'll choose 5 winners, and you could be one of the winners. Go and find more information at befm.or.kr. Find For My Busan, and all the information will be there. 여러분 참여 많이 부탁드립니다. 자, okay. It's a Thursday, which means it's time for the Global Chatter Squad. Us too much song. It's too much song to dance to.
Because we'll go on.
We're just going to keep dancing.
I wasn't going to stop.
Hi, guys.
There's no stopping. Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome.
Everyone.
What's going on?
This is the Global Chatter Squad every Thursday. A good old chit chat. Good team.
It's must listen radio time.
They brought us back after week 1, so we couldn't have done that bad.
I'm very grateful.
Or they couldn't find anybody to fill our places.
Well, it's a tricky time.
It is a difficult time. 5 p.m.
Slot. Yeah.
It's all that honbop.
Anyway, welcome. It is Global Chatter Squad, where Andrew, Haeyeon, and myself chit chat about a different topic every week, and we invite you to join in and give us your 2 cents as well. 여러분, 우리는 얘기를 하면서 여러분 의견도 나눠주시기 바랍니다. 진짜 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다. 그래서 샵 9050-89050 카카오톡 or YouTube Live. Send us your messages. Haeyeon, Andrew, how are you?
Very, very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty excited that you did the It's Gonna Be May.
It's gonna be May.
That really tickled me.
I said it a few times already today.
I mean, it is a very...
Pak PD's like, come on. You know?
I mean, I'll admit, it is a very 아저씨, 아재 개그.
Is it?
But it really tickled me.
It's so good. I love it.
I was going to put my Justin Timberlake curls on today, but
the noodles.
Yeah, the noodles.
Ramen.
Yeah, it's tomorrow coming up.
It sounds so good. Please do it.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
You can work on it a little bit.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
It's exciting.
It's so stupid. Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we getting into today? Today's topic. Ooh, okay, payment culture. Last week, I think, Andrew, you introduced it. Hey, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll take it. So we're going to talk about payment when it comes to friends, loved ones going out for a meal or hanging out, right? So, there are different styles of doing this. A lot of people go Dutch.
Yeah.
This is very common in the Western, world, in the US, UK, Australia.
Dutch pay.
그죠. 그래서 우리말로는 또 이렇게 엔빵 한다고 하죠. n분의 1, n분의 1. Yeah. But also, so that's more preferred in the kind of more cultures that, have value more individual, individual.
Just ignore what happens over here.
Yeah, someone's laughing.
This is us now.
Yeah.
No one else exists.
Yes, we're in our triangle.
Even if you write something, just ignore it.
Okay.
We've got the mics.
I've moved my paper so I can't see that monitor anyway.
But yeah, so there's that, and some people like to take turns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very Korean culture for, the aunties and the uncles after a meal, they have a wrestle match, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite.
내가 낼게, really wanting to treat each other.
아니.
뭐하노.
I got a new card. It's a new card.
It's so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed if my auntie's doing that, and guess what? I'm doing the same thing now.
I do that too. I
Yeah.
love it. Or sometimes I'll sneak out to pay.
I usually do that with family members because my father-in-law loves to try to do that. And then I do it. I'll be like, I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Yeah.
swipe the card and then come back and he's like, what did you do?
Yeah, right? The
So
thing is like
angry.
the episode of The Sopranos where
Which one?
Tony's out with his daughter and the boyfriend.
The boyfriend.
Yes.
And the boyfriend pays. He's like, I pay for you. He's
Yeah.
like, you eat, I pay.
He's so mad about it.
Totally.
I loved it. Yeah. But yeah, my family too, we try to one up each other. So I tried to get there 10 minutes earlier before everyone
prepay?
gathered to prepay.
Ooh.
Guess what? My 삼촌 gave the card number the day before. So it's a competition.
진짜로.
Yeah.
But this is not like unique to Korea though, this kind of payment struggle.
Yeah.
This is very similar in Scotland. You'll have grannies fighting. I don't know, are you
Yeah.
familiar with the Irish sitcom Father Ted?
No.
It came off the air a few years back, but Mrs. Doyle was like the parish ajumma, basically, and she's this little old grandma, and then she goes out to tea or to have lunch with her friends, her other grandma friends, and then they're up to pay, and it ends up in like a proper fist fight.
I love that.
Oh no, come on now, I've got it. Come on.
This is
Oh, no.
universal.
It's universal.
Yeah.
But I feel that's, but not with younger people.
Only with older people.
Yeah.
That's so
People have careers or
Yeah,
families and things like
that's
that. It's
true.
not like, if I couldn't imagine when I was in university, if someone was like, hey, I'm going to pay. I'm like, have at it. Yeah, thank you.
Exactly.
I took two of them, so I've got two research assistants, right? And I took them out because you got to look after them, and as a sunbae, you got to do the thing. So I took them out to a restaurant, which was not a cheap restaurant, and they'd never been there, and they were like, "Wow, it's amazing!" Because they're 18 and they're from Busan. It's their first time out in the world, really. And so I said, if you want to have a cocktail, you can have a cocktail, and then as we were getting ready to kind of wrap up the meal, one of the students said, can I have another cocktail? And I was like, and I'm okay, of course. Of course you can. But it was like an 18,000 won cocktail. And I'm like, the youth of today are brazen.
They know what's going on.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
And depending on generations and also what kind of gathering it is. Like, is it like really close friends or is it just coworkers, acquaintances? These different methods kind of vary.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. I have a question to you guys. So when it's really close friends, like your homies, your besties, going out for lunch or dinner, how do you usually figure out the payment?
For me, I would have to say it depends on the friend or the size of the group. If we're out with like say 7 or 8 of the guys and we're all having drinks, usually if it's drinks, we'll do rounds. So like, okay, it's my round.
Yeah.
And then somebody else gets the next round. And then it's usually split up pretty well. But again, if we all go for a meal, if we go for a barbecue or something like that, someone's not getting stuck with a $200 bill. So everyone will either transfer some money or give some cash.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, for example, if it was the 3 of us who went out, probably one of us might pay, or we might just say, oh, how much is it? And then we might split it up. But I think it depends on the size of the group. But if you're just out with like, say, one other person, if I'm out with one of my best friends, I'll pay this time because I know next time they'll get it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. It's a balance of both. So if it's people that I hang out with regularly, I'll get it this time. Next time you'll get it.
Yeah.
Also, one of my love languages is getting a meal for someone.
Oh, it feels so good.
I do like to say like, this is my treat.
Do you know, this is so toxic.
Yeah.
But from my professor said to me that one of the things he does, especially when he has lots of guests in town for certain events. He's like, what I'll do is I will go to a meal and I will pay for the meal and then I'll leave because I've got so many different things to do. But I'll go, I'll say hello, I'll pay for the meal, and then I'll just escape. And if anyone tries to buy me a meal, I'll say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm too busy. But I'll always pay for the meals that I can go to. And I was like, why? He said, because whoever pays the bill has the power. And I was like, so Game of Thrones. And so now that's all I can think about. And so the only people that I really enjoy paying for my meal are obviously my husband and my close friends like us. If you wanted to pay for my meal, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Sure.
We've had brunch together, we go separate.
Exactly.
Like it's not
an issue.
It's not an uncomfortable situation.
That kind of gave me chills too.
But, right? Whoever pays the bill has the power. It's the Tony Soprano. So I'm always on the Tony Soprano wavelength.
It's just a meal. I'm not going to give my power to whoever professor it is.
But the thing that I loved about it is, of course it's not, but then the person who has been bought the meal, if they are a certain type of person, they will be thinking about it. Oh, he bought me a meal last time.
Oh yeah, it makes a difference.
And so it's just this kind of, it's a cultural calling card, I guess, for a relationship.
Interesting.
But
So,
then it comes back to, oh, what do you think of that person? Instantly, you're going to be like, oh, they're generous.
Yeah.
They're a nice person. They
That's
try to look
true.
after their friends.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not their motive to begin with.
Yeah.
But in the long run, that's how people are going to view them.
Well, I tend to, because I've got a couple of groups that I am part of, and I will tend to always pay, like every single time, because they're usually younger than me. And
now, does that happen in Scotland and Canada too? Kind of like the older friends kind of treating the younger generation?
I would say, not really. I think like if I go home, like whenever I'm home, I'll end up like, because some of my brother's friends who's 4 years older than me, they're some of my friends as well. But whenever we go out, I feel like they almost try to like, even now when I'm in my 40s, they'll be like, hey, I got the drinks. They're like trying to take care of me.
Okay.
They're the big
when
brothers.
you grow up, then you can get it. It's like, I'm over 40 with 2 kids, right? You know that, right?
And they're only 5 years older than me.
But
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
good
Like,
sentiment, like, oh, someone trying to take care of you. Yeah,
exactly.
So with my professor, I spend a lot of time with him these days. But he's like, no, you can't pay for the food, but you can get the coffee. And so I always get put with the coffee because I think it's also a respect thing in Korea where you want to pay for something because that's like, this is my respect to you.
Sure.
And so I'm not allowed to pay for the actual meal, but the coffee's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I mean, I went to college in Korea, so I was very used to this culture. So when I first moved to New York, I did this to my friends, like, hey, this one's on me. And my American friends and European friends were like, why? They were a little bit flabbergasted, like, oh, 굳이 왜? So I had to like explain this is my culture. And
I could imagine like if that was me when I was in uni and people would be like, is that guy rich? Like, you know what I mean?
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's
They trying to show off?
It's
Like,
my treat. Look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think it is like that. So I know that so we've been out a few times because our kids are the same age. And my husband will always go off and pay. Always. Because that's his like company culture type thing. And he's used to, as the boss, always going to pay. So he does it in our friend groups and things. But I would say that that would maybe happen in the UK, but I don't think it's...
Yeah, I think in Canada, it just depends on, again, who you're with. Like, I think if it was like my friend group, and most people have careers and whatnot now, but also we kind of know who's doing pretty well. Do you know what I mean? Financially.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of my buddies, I'm pretty sure if we came out or we went out, I know that we don't expect them to pay because they've got 4 kids. It was a struggle to get them out of the house to be there anyway.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, yeah, we got it. Don't worry. And we're not doing it to take pity.
No.
We're just happy to have them out there with us.
It's the fact that when you have friends in that situation, I've got this one, you get me back when you can.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
this is something that I've been in a situation and people have helped me out. Other people in a situation, we help them out. You know, it's not to do with?
It's always good to have like an awareness of things. I remember back in the day, sometimes I would go to a restaurant with friends, and the other friends would suggest a place.
Yeah.
And then we get the bill, we're splitting it, or we're each paying for each of our menus, and like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna pay $80 for like baba ganoush and some cucumber salad. So then, like, actually there was an episode of Friends, the sitcom, about this. Some of the friends being like, hey, like we don't make as much money.
A work actor, and who else was it? And then they had the chef and the accountant and the
failing talent, the Ross. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys try to take that into consideration when it's a group of friends?
Yeah, I think it's also like if you're going out for cocktails now, like Laura was explaining about one of her assistants, that, you know, you can go for a cocktail and get a 7,000 won cocktail, or you can go to a hotel bar and get a 30,000 won cocktail. You know, so it's kind of, you got to know the company you're going with as well.
Well, that's it. And then
also, if you invite people, sometimes if you're inviting people to a more expensive place, I feel it might be on you to get that bill.
Yeah.
That's
if you're
true.
inviting someone, like I invited the students to that place, and at the end, I said, "So Dutch pay?" And they're like, "Oh." And I was like,
that
just
second
kidding,
cocktail was
just
coming back up.
Huchu name says, once I told a friend I thought I'd gotten close to, I'll pay, and he replied, "Hey, who do you think you are?"
Ooh, you see, some people do take on this attitude.
Sure,
Yeah.
I think it can happen in many situations, especially like you're saying, you know, whoever pays has the power, especially if you're in a work setting and whatnot. But I've also been out where people have tried to pay when the boss was there. And that turns a little bit, I'm not saying scary.
Just uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable because the boss realized it's my job, and probably they're also putting it on a company card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then someone else was like, "Hey, I got it." And they're like,
It's
no.
the Tony Soprano thing.
Yeah, it is right back to
It's
it.
very
It
serious.
is, and it's so interesting that an act that is kind of, it's a kind thing to do on the surface, but it could be a huge cultural no-no. And also, it could be, if you're being toxic, a way to undermine someone. You know, if you're in that environment, it could be. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
What about first dates? Who pays?
Okay. I
It's
mean,
been a while since I went on one of those, but yeah.
I would, so for me on a first date as a grown-up, I would never expect that we would do Dutch. I would be happy to pay. I'd be happy for them to pay, but Dutch pay for me means that we're not really on a date. It's like we're just hanging out.
I'm with you on that one as well. It's like, who's picking the spot we're going to? So if we're going on a first date and they're like, "I've got a great pasta restaurant, let's go there. The place is fantastic." They've suggested it. Maybe they're the one who pays. But I still feel maybe old-fashioned in me that first date, the man pays.
Yeah.
What if there's no man?
Or, whoever.
Whoever invites the person out on the date is the person who pays?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think what I've done traditionally is if I like how the date is going, I'm happy to have that person pay, or I'll even offer. But I think my way of signaling,
I know where you're going with this.
like signaling that, okay, this is probably the final date, is like, hey, let's go Dutch.
Yeah,
that's
because
it,
then you
right?
don't feel like you owe them something.
Yeah, I don't want to owe anything.
And you also don't want to give any kind of signals of, yes, you can buy me dinner. It's like, yeah, I'm going to pay for my own things.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are plenty of people out there that would just be like, well, at least I got a free meal out of it.
Yeah.
It was a terrible date, but I didn't have to pay.
Daniel Leanim says pay culture kind of keeps changing. It
Yeah,
does.
it does.
It really does. And it also depends on the situation, who you're with, what time of day it is, like where you are, who invited who.
Yeah, but the thing is, these
Complicated.
days, all these apps and like bank apps, it's gotten so convenient.
Yeah,
that
if you're
it's-
just going to wire someone,
very-
Imanon or Samanon or something like that. I also feel it's a difference if it's lunch or dinner. Like I would feel like if I'm out for lunch with a few friends and pay, dinner I feel is more of a communal thing in my mind. I don't know. Also dinner seems to be more expensive usually anyway, right?
Yeah.
And it also, usually dinner would include drinks or cocktails. And if, you're driving today and you're not, and you're like, well, I'm going to have 5 of these Long Islands. And then you're like, well, why am I paying for those? Do you know what I mean? Classic.
Is that your go-to drink?
Definitely not. Maybe at one point, but not anymore.
Well, when it comes to, so Danny Lee 님 is saying that, when it comes to 선배 and 연장자, they used to be more expected to pay, but when they became 선배, they weren't that much pressured to. I have a little toxic story from my uni days.
Oh, yeah. Give it.
So it was
the tea.
very much like even a year 선배 has to like pay, for lunch for the freshmen. So I really started feeling bad because my other freshman friends, like every day lunchtime, we go out hunting for 선배s basically. Who are we going to grab today? Who are we going to grab and get some, fancy food?
Smart.
I know, but I felt bad. It felt a little like, because we're looking at this 선배 and like, he's obviously struggling.
돈이 없는 사람?
He can't get us.
사람. Okay, 콜. Like this. Or you just kimbap. Okay, 한우.
That's true. Yeah. So I mean, it was fun, but I felt a little bad. So, and when I became a sophomore, I did start running away.
Yeah.
But then again, when you are in that position as the junior, you're kind of looked on to like do a lot of things for the seniors as well. So maybe that's your way of getting some payment for that.
That's true.
I think for me, honestly, like getting older and older, I have very strict just internal rules and values about money, about how I would lend money, how I would give money, how I would gift money, people's expectations about my money. And I am always super eager to like pay the bill. Always. I love it. I was like, I'll get it. Always. And because it just feels nice. I like to buy.
It does.
I like to buy food
I wish,
for my
because if I
juniors.
was a better cook, I wish I would like cook and bake for my people more. But since I don't do that, like, it's the next best
Come
thing.
to my house. I'll teach you how to bake. Let's bake cakes.
Oh, I would love
Let's
to.
sell them.
Let's do.
Hey, if you need a taste tester, quality control, I'm there.
All right.
But I'm a big believer in also is like kind of like what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
So like if you're, or karma, if you want to throw it in that direction, but like if you're the person that's out there, not even offering, just paying and whatnot, then it's going to come back to you at some point anyway. You know what I mean? Or
That's
something
true.
good will happen for you.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
I agree. Actually, me and my 2 female friends, we have my best friends. We've got a 어떻게 말하면 되지? 개모임 회비, kind of.
Yeah,
anyway,
kind of
so
so
we
like a-
put money in every month, each of us. And so it's gotten so much now because we're so busy. We're going to have to go to a different country to eat a meal.
Oh, I
for
believe
it to
that's
be-
great.
Right? So we organized this money so that we could go and do different things with
Yeah.
families and pay for meals when we go out. But we just kept like gathering money without actually meeting.
That's
So,
smart.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot of young couples in Korea are doing that too. They're making a separate account, 데이트 통장.
Oh,
that
good.
way, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, because sometimes it can get a little out of balance where one person, of course, if one person is struggling, the other one can pay more. But what do you think about this, having a 데이트 통장?
I think it's a great idea as long as you both come to an agreement like, okay, we're going to put this much into it a month or this much into it a week. And, whatever you're comfortable paying, then that'll be fine. But then I would just imagine like, okay, if you broke up and then the first person to get that PIN number in the machine, the money's mine.
That'd be me.
I mean, I
It's
think,
gonna be me.
I mean, if you break up, you got to split up the balance. No?
Yeah, but who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I heard that the young Gen Z couples, when they break up, they ask for the gifts back.
You can't ask for a gift back as a gift.
That really
Yeah.
makes me cringe.
But I just remember, like, when I was in high school and stuff, that when it was usually the girls would just be, like, firing stuff in the garbage. And it was like, yeah, well, I don't want it anyway. Smash.
Firing, like burning, like putting...
Oh, that stuff is too, yeah, sure. a bit of both, a big barrel burn.
I think like if you give someone like your jumper or your jacket or clothes or something, and then it's like, hey, can I get my stuff back? Stuff is different. Gifts, no.
Yeah, no.
Hey, can I get my engagement ring back? Pfft, was mine.
No.
Ooh, I heard a few stories like that recently, and I thought, oh, it's dangerous. It's scary out there.
Spicy. I say it's spicy. I've got a question.
Yes.
The thing that I hate the most, not hate the most, I've got many other things that I hate
where's she going
much
with
more.
this?
No, something that I hate about payment in Korea, because this is completely opposite to my culture.
I know where you're going, I think.
Birthdays.
Yes.
Because on my birthday, why do I have to buy everyone else's food?
I gotta
It's
say,
my birthday, you got to buy me something.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
So when I first heard about this culture in Korea, I just couldn't believe it. Why is this? It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Because in the U.S., yes, people can bring gifts, but also they're gonna pay for the. I mean, it just makes better sense when one person, the birthday person, pays for the whole bill. It can get a bit much.
It's so expensive.
It's ridiculous.
But when everybody else pitches in so that the birthday person doesn't have to pay, that's great. So I don't really understand this logic.
The 주인공 doesn't pay.
Yeah.
The 주인공 is the 주인공이라서.
But I mean, I'm trying to, but my mother was really trying to explain to me why this is
because everyone said happy
customary.
birthday.
And like they showed up for you.
Yeah, that was something that I remember the first
I'm
time.
very ungrateful, by the way. I'm just being dramatic.
I went out with when I first arrived in Korea. We went out it was with everyone that worked at my Hagwon, and we went out, and it was one of the co-teachers' birthdays, and I know they're not bringing home the bank, you know what I mean? And we went out, and I didn't realize this, and we were having beers, ordering appetizers and stuff, and then. It was the end of the thing. I was all right, well, let's split it up. And they're like, oh, no, she's got it. And I'm like,
but it's her birthday.
No, she does not.
Yeah.
And then,
it's interesting.
So then I remember on Monday morning, we went back into the office. I said to the other boys, I said, hey, give me 20, give me 20, give me 20.
Yeah.
And we walked over. I said, listen, you have your culture, but we have ours.
Yeah.
Take this, please.
And
Happy
that's
birthday.
it. Because see, in Scotland, if the birthday person had to pay, that would be considered so rude, just terrible manners.
Yeah.
So it would be like if people get really upset about this. So it's like, for example, on your stag do or your hen do, which is like your
bachelorette party,
and bachelorette party. Or if it's your wedding, or if it's your birthday, or if you graduate, when you are the special person in receiving the special occasion, that means that you are the one who doesn't pay. And if someone was going to ask you to pay, your other friend group would be really, really mad.
Yeah.
Really mad because of bad manners.
I want to do like an anthropological study into why this culture is established in Korea. But also another question about birthdays. When people say, please don't bring gifts, do they mean it? And I don't know, because a lot of my friends these days are saying that. But then people bring gifts.
Yeah.
So then I'm the only one there without a gift.
I always say, please don't bring gifts because I 100% mean it.
Okay.
Because I'm very difficult to shop for.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way because, for one, at my age now, if I want something, it's very particular, and I know what I want. Unless you're giving me like a candle or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love candles.
Sure,
yeah.
something for my house.
Yeah.
Or like a bottle of wine or something like that
Same.
I'm able to share with other people at some point.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, I got you these new slippers, I'm like, yeah,
So
I'm
it's
okay.
kind of a practicality thing. Like we don't want extra stuff that's unwanted.
100% what it is. It's the stuff. I don't want the stuff. It's not to say I'm not grateful for it. If someone wants to
100%.
give me a gift, I super appreciate it. But I would much prefer that they didn't spend their money and that we had a meal together.
100%.
Or
Definitely.
that they bought me a cocktail or something.
Or a little
that you
handwritten note.
Yeah.
I love those.
Or it's also the fact that, like, I know when I go shopping for a gift for someone, for example, if I was going to shop for a gift for you, Laura, and then I'm thinking, it gets stressful. Yeah. It's like, okay, what can I get for her? I haven't been to her house in a while. What do they need?
Champagne every time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking. Yeah. Well, I see a fun little question here with payments and dating. My worst date ever. I think everyone has one of these.
Worst date ever. Yeah.
I have a big list of these.
Oh, really? I never went on any dates before I met my husband, so I don't know.
Oh, look at this.
How magical.
Do we have is there a lie detector machine nearby?
I need that xylophone. Dang.
My worst day ever, let me tell you my worst day ever. We went out I thought we were going out for dinner. I was a ripe old 17. He was 19. He lived in Glasgow. I was still living at home. He lived in a student flat. Beautiful flats in Glasgow, the architecture. magnifique.
Oh.
But then I thought we were going out. No, he wanted to cook for me, and then after the meal was fine, and I really thought this guy was so dreamy until he's tried to feed me strawberries in his room, and I'm like, what is happening here?
With his bare hands?
But he was like, let me, and I'm like, no, what is wrong with you? And I thought, you know what, romance is not for me. No, it's not for me.
You were 19?
I was 17.
17, I guess.
He was 19. And I thought he was getting, I don't know, it was some sort of like Jane Austen.
Yeah, no.
I can see your 17-year-old brain going, if romance is about feeding each other strawberries, it's not for me.
I'm out.
I needed a
I'm
shot.
out. I'm checking out.
Yeah.
For me, before, because I know you have a couple stories, and that there was not a bad date, but it was like, I thought I was stood up. I thought that, okay, just another time. I didn't, all right, well, not going to work, right? And then I was angry. This is when I was in university, and we didn't have cell phones, right? And
you're
I was
one of those generations.
Well, no, I had
Wait,
one.
in uni?
Well,
wow.
I'm 44.
Okay.
So going back a few
Lie
years.
detector.
So, and I had one in the summer for my summer job, but I didn't keep it during the year.
I see.
Anyway, I was waiting for this other individual, to come to meet me.
Yeah.
And I waited. And it's one of these things like, how long do you wait?
Right.
It's like, well, where I went to uni, there was no traffic. So it was like, I was stuck in traffic.
Were there cars, though?
Oh, yeah, there were cars.
Okay.
Yeah, the wheel was invented.
Okay.
And, but she never showed up. And then I was like, so I went home and I was pretty angry about it. My roommates, how were the date? That was fast. What happened?
Yeah.
And then I found out the next week at school, or one of her friends messaged me on on an app, and she had food poisoning, was in the hospital. So I didn't really get stood up.
Yeah.
But maybe that was a sign.
Pingue para pingue.
Maybe that was a sign.
But you felt you were boiling up inside.
I was so angry.
Yeah.
So angry.
Okay. My story is...
Here we go.
Is
Get
it
some
clean?
popcorn.
Is it clean? This is the family show.
Yeah, it's a very family story. Yeah.
I'm only here for the comments.
It's about like 10 years ago. It was a date, and I don't know, this gentleman was just very, very obsessed with something called the Fibonacci sequence. It's a pattern of numbers. It's this mathematical thing.
Also a fan of Dan Brown.
And just like, he couldn't stop talking about it. And I tried to swerve the conversation into something else. It just wasn't happening. And and I was introduced to him by a friend who I really trust. So I I made up a thing. I said, actually, some friends were hanging out nearby. So I said, my friend really needs me. I'm going to go. And he really didn't get the message. He followed me there. I mean, he was like, I want to come. And
Let me tell you about the Fibonacci. I don't know why I've decided he's Italian.
He has to be.
He wasn't actually. But yes, I was caught off guard. So you can join. And all night long, he's going around talking about the Fibonacci sequence. Everybody loves him except me. He becomes friendly with several of my friends.
Well, yeah, but if they're not on a date with him.
I guess
so.
not.
It's easy for them to be like, I'm out.
Like, how funny, this goofy guy and his Fibonacci sequence. But yeah, that was an interesting one. At first I thought, is he this disinterested in me that he's more interested in the Fibonacci sequence? But I think he was just really into something.
He was nervous.
Nerdy, just, But yeah, that was not a good date.
I don't really, I've not had many dates. Really,
Okay.
I've not been on many dates.
I don't think I've had many bad dates, to be honest. It was that time being stood
I've not had
up.
many dates in general.
Well, okay.
With my husband, yes.
Well,
but
that's good for you because they can kind of do a number.
They taint you. Yeah. Game over. Just don't feed her strawberries.
Is that why?
No, you're very lovable. What are you talking
No one's
about?
asking me on a date.
Everybody,
Well, BTS are coming to town, so.
Hey. Okay.
Hey, I'm ready too.
NSYNC might be as well because it's gonna be May.
It's good.
There we go.
So the conclusion is, what's our conclusion?
The conclusion is...
I don't know. I would go.
There's no conclusion.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Dutch is okay.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're able to foot the bill and pay, that's okay as well.
Yeah.
But don't make a fuss about it either way.
Yeah.
I think that's whenever people make a big deal about it, it makes things awkward.
And also be upfront about what you can and can't afford.
Yeah,
if you
sure.
say, listen, I'm on a budget this week, can we go somewhere cheap?
I like that.
Very blunt.
I like that. Yeah, because then people are flexible. So 'cause I often say that like, oh, can we just go for like 분식? I don't really. Yeah, I'm on a budget this week. Yeah.
And then also, if you know a friend is struggling a bit, just say, hey, don't worry about it. I got it this time.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, I don't like it when people keep too much tabs on who paid what the last
it's so
time.
annoying.
You owe me £7.16.
I know.
Everybody has that friend.
And like,
though.
actually, I got the last 3 meals. I don't know. I mean, yes, we want to keep the balance.
This happened
but
to me last week. I was out at a bar, and which I hardly ever go anymore.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, hey, remember, like 6 months ago, I grabbed that beer. And I was like, don't even remember seeing you.
Cut him off.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah. That's not cute.
That's
No.
not cute. That's not.
So I was
that's-
like, what's your cheapest drink? Give it to him.
That's
There you go.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Eng Wiki-nim says Fibonacci is interesting math. So maybe that's just.
But not dating material.
Not
if the
the
other
1
person
plus
is a
1
math
equals 2.
nerd.
That's for sure on a date.
That's it. Listen,
Yeah.
I know that we could talk for hours, but we've got to stop.
All right.
Sadly. But we do have a request. 후추님 says 요즘 되면 it's going to be me. 한번 틀어주세요. 잠깐 임PD님. 맞아요. It's NSYNC. It's going to be me.
Yes.
Listen, we will see you next week. Always a stupid
Yes.
amount of fun.
I hope we'll be
And
back.
Yeah.
We're all right. We're all right.
I love it every single week. So let's do it
Yeah.
again.
Sounds good.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye bye. All right, let me play you a song. This is Love, Money, Fame by 17 and DJ Khaled.
We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled.
I've never been for in my lifetime. And 나의 마음 말로 못했어 준비해봤어 prom time. Cause you changing me for better. You're the reason for my being. 날 숨쉬게 하니까. Oh baby so up to you. 영원히 나만 내 go-to. 사랑에 맞는 paradigm. 널 헷갈리겠지 않아. You know what I need is only you. Ay, 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 ay. 사랑이란 확신의 말 거짓없이 눈 맞춰봐. Just trust me once baby. I never let you down baby. 모두가 원해 사랑 분명해. But I only want you baby baby baby. I only want you baby baby baby. 없이 빛나는 fame 나는 원하지 않아. 너의 사랑 하나 그거면 돼. Baby baby yeah baby baby yeah.
Pop it. 시간은 금이니까 바삐 너에게 뛰는 심장의 main topic I can't solve a problem 그게 나 답지 Time together 녹지 않는 나의 아이스크림
가끔 너를 할까봐 겁나 그날이 오면 난 이룬 게 뭘까 yeah. Fame, money, love 세개 많아 Only last one 내가 바란 하나 사랑에 맞는 paradigm 널 헷갈리겠지 않아 You know what I need is only you Hey, 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 hey. 사랑이란 확신의 말 거짓없이 눈 맞춰봐 Just trust me once baby I never let you down baby 모두가 원해 사랑 분명해 But I only want you baby 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 I only want you baby 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 없이 빛나는 fame 나는 원하지 않아 너의 사랑 하나 그거면 돼 Baby baby yeah baby baby yeah 사랑을 할 때 I don't need something 내 맘은 그래 너에게 너만 있어주면 I don't need something 내 맘은 그래 너에게 모두가 원해 사랑 분명해 But I only want you baby 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 I only want you baby 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 없이 빛나는 fame 나는 원하지 않아 너의 사랑 하나 그거면 돼 Baby baby yeah baby baby yeah
17. DJ Khaled. Another one.
spirit? Feel the sound of Busan. Your city, your story, your vibe. Tune into For My Busan.
Oh, yes. It's time for My Busan Playlist Part 1. And this is where you and I make a playlist together. You've sent me lots of request songs over the past hour and 40 minutes. Holy moly. Okay, so let's get right into it. Lots and lots of people texting in today. Let me read. Danny Linium says, Shabba Shabba, okay. Nowadays, one-man seats are available in Shabba Shabba restaurants. I asked you, what is your solo dining tolerance? And he says, or Danny Linium says, nowadays we can eat one person in Shabba Shabba. That's really good. I like Shabba Shabba. I like listening to music. Stationary Traveller by Camel, Allergy by Jethro Tull, Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons Project, and Promise Me by Beverly Craven. Also, I loved listening to that alone as well. Yeah, me too. Me too. Jenny Neem says, when I feel tired and hungry, I sometimes go to my favourite restaurant and enjoy a meal alone quietly and rest. Yeah, I would too. Actually, I really would too. We've also got 9635 Neem saying, I can dine alone only in fast food restaurants. 근데 왜? What was that? I'm sorry, I apologise. That was terrible. Why only in fast food restaurants? I'm happy to dine alone pretty much anywhere. The only reason I wouldn't dine alone somewhere is because the ease of the food, for one. If I have to crack open crab legs on my own, I'm probably not going to do that. But I'd be happy to eat if someone else is going to serve it to me. You know? I don't know. It's a funny thing, right? It's a funny thing. Okay, we've got 3980 name texting in. Saying, I like to eat alone anytime, but especially in the morning. But what do you like to eat alone? 근데 뭐 드실 건데요? 아침? 집에서? 좋아요. And then saying, I love this. This is going to be the next song. It has to be. 3980 님 also says, please, NSYNC 듣고 싶어요. It's going to be me. 알았어요. You're not the only one who wants to hear it, so let me play it. NSYNC, It's Gonna Be Me.
Ooh, yeah. You might been hurt, babe. That ain't no lie. Just seen them all come and go.
It's gonna be me.
Welcome back, everybody. Part 2 of our Busan playlist. We've got so many messages coming in. However, I just want to tell you who the winner is today. So, out of all of our people here, we've got lots and lots of messages, but this person has been asking for a song. Huchunim, you said Lisa Loeb, Fools Like Me. I would love to play that. So, the winner today is... It's gonna be me. Huchunim. I love seeing Park PD's face when I do something. He's like, oh, God, really again? Really? Well done, Huchunim. You are the winner. And also saying, how do I request a song? Actually, all you do is you send a message. That's it. That's a 신청곡, and we'll play it for you when we can. So I'm going to play your song straight away. This is Fools Like Me by Lisa Loeb.
Everybody go. The party's over. I wanna be alone in my head in my bed tonight. You never show.
Settle down, settle down. Sit back. Hey, excuse me. Yes, no chewing gum in the back of my class. It's time for Dr. McLuckie. Dr. McLuckie is in the house. And this is the segment where I bring you a word of the day and you learn some of my wisdom. And there's not much of it, so learn it well. You can see we have this American Educator encyclopedia. It's real, it smells, which means it's authentic. It doesn't smell good. And today, the word of the day, which I will choose at random, is aha. I always do this now. I put this all the way over my head. I don't know why. Aha. The word of the day is friendship. Friendship. Okay, I'm going to stop that now. Friendship. Actually, if you look on screen, if you're joining us on YouTube Live, you can see a picture that I have shared with our producer to share with you. Friendship. You can zoom in. You can cut my face out. Friendship is hard when you are older. Or not friendship is hard when you're older. Making new friends is hard when you're older. Don't you think? I think so. For me, when I was young, it seemed kind of much more simple to make friends. You just are in the playground and then you start making friends with your classmates and etc. And, you know, the things you fight about are less serious and you fight and you make up, you fight, you make up. But when you are older, finding good quality friends is not easy. And I have found that in my life, as I've gotten older and older, it's become not easier to make friends. It's harder to make new friends, but it's easier to find the people that I know I like. Do you know what I mean? So now I am very blessed to be surrounded by, or at least a phone call away from, people that absolutely get me. And I don't just mean, oh yeah, we're friendly. I mean like people that I can be the most authentic, weird, stupid, messy, crying, happy, like not humble, super humble version of myself. And so what I wanted to say today is friendship. When you find your people, when you find your good friends, then you got to hang on to them, because friendships are like any kind of relationships. You need to work at them. They need care. They need love. It's like watering a garden. If you want the flowers to bloom, then you have to look after them. So make sure that whatever you're doing, whether it's long distance best friends or very, very close, see you every weekend best friends, whatever you do, appreciate them and love them, and just remember how lucky we are if we have good friends around us. And we don't need to have 20 friends like back in the day, back in school. We can have 5, 3, 2 really good friends. And isn't that the nicest thing? And so my friends here at For My Busan, I'm so glad that we are together every day, because I feel like with us listening and tuning in and chatting with each other and all that stuff, we become friends, right? We share a relationship. And so I'm very grateful that you are here with us, my For My Busan friends. And yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow. That was my wisdom for Dr. McLuckie. Permanent head damage? I don't think so. I think I'll be okay. I'll recover at some point, but we'll see. Anyway, it's time for me to say goodbye. Today's show was produced by Park Bo-sung, written by Hong Kyung-hwa, hosted by Laura McLuckie. And the final song today is Best Friend with Sergey by Wendy. I'll see you back here tomorrow. 사랑합니다, my friends.
수많은 사람들 중 어떻게 너를 알아볼 수 있었을까? 왜 난 너였을까? 마치 처음부터 내 옆자리는 너였던 것처럼 모든 것이 자연스러웠어. 말투 하나, 작은 습관들마저 어느새 서서히 스며들어. You're my best friend. 영원히 never end. 내게 넌 끝나지 않으리. 너